Yo, what's up guys? So I have something new I want to show you guys. It's my new shoes. These are the Air Force One Sail swooshback. It's pretty cool. You can take off the swoosh and change it to different colors. So this was all I wanted to share with you guys. And oh yeah, I got a new light.
Go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up.
Yeah, this is the GODOX SL60W. I got it really recently. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted it a few days ago, but this video is just like a really quick update video and just like a first impressions kind of video. So far, I'm really impressed. Like, a lot of people say this is like comparable to the Aperture 120D, which is like the most popular YouTube light. And the Aperture 120D plus the softbox is like $1,000. I got this light for 78 bucks. I had the softbox, I had the light stand and everything. So yeah, the whole setup is probably like less than 200 bucks with the softbox grid and everything. Because the softbox is for a speed light, so it is a bit cheaper. It's 80 centimeters, and it works, but I will get a softbox for the Fresnel head of it, and that probably will be a bit more expensive, but I don't think it'll be $1,000 expensive when you combine the whole setup. But yeah, this is my current setup. It's the grid on the softbox with the SL60W inside, and it's working pretty well. It's at shooting at 70%, so if I put it to 100%, I'll be blown out. So yeah, I'm blown out. So put it back to 70%. So I do get a remote, so that's pretty cool and nice. So right now it's 45 degrees to my right and 45 degrees upward angle. Just what I learned from YouTube tutorials, and you get this nice dramatic lighting with like a triangle right here. I'm looking at the lens, so I don't know if I did it correctly, but yeah, this lighting is like pretty dramatic and looks pretty cool, cinematic, whatever. Previously, I was shooting my YouTube videos through this Yongnuo 360 light, through a sheet of diffusion. Right there, that's a 5-in-1 diffusion thing. So it would go through that, and I would try to do 45 degrees as well. Another time, I put a bounce, and I put a bounce behind the light, and I would bounce the light off the bounce, and I think that worked pretty well as well, but this one is obviously a lot better. I'm just gonna put the images side by side, and you can decide for yourself, but I think there's a clear winner here. So I'm gonna film my setup right now, so going to Ryan POV. This is the light, so you can see the grid. Light stand, and GODOX softbox. Yeah, 45 degrees. Camera. So I already used this light for a few applications. I did like a few photography shots.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I also did like some studio self-portraits, and I thought they came out really well. I did have the speed light before. I had the GODOX V1, and I could have done that with those as well. I could have done those shots with the speed light instead, but I do like working with a continuous light, so this isn't just a YouTube light or a video light or whatever. I do like using it for photography. When you're working with a continuous light, especially when you're working in a dark environment, you can set your focus a lot more easier, and you can see your exposure, and it's just a lot easier to work with when you can like dial the settings in immediately instead of testing one setting and testing the other, because I don't have like a light reader or whatever device, and yeah, it's just working with continuous light is a lot more enjoyable personally. But there are also cons, and if you're working with a speed light, it's not continuously on, so it's not draining power, and it's not like hot, you know? I mean, it's not like burning hot or anything, but I actually don't even feel anything right now. But if you set it on for a continuous amount of time, obviously it's gonna build up over time, and yeah, it might get hot. Another thing is that it's not as versatile, like you can't move it as much because it does have to be plugged in. So with the speed light or with a strobe or whatever, you can work off the battery usually, and this you have to be plugged in, so that's another con. I can't move the light around as much, but if I'm in a studio setting, it isn't a big deal, and Another thing is there is a fan, which isn't a big deal for photography, but I'm not sure you guys can hear it right now, but this fan supposedly isn't that bad, but I think it is to be expected with these kind of lights, so that's another thing with continuous lighting. I heard the SL60W is a lot worse in terms of the fan, so I didn't get that because one, the fan, also it's a lot more expensive, also like super unnecessary for me, for my needs, because right now I'm at 70% and this is like enough, so I don't need that extra power. Alright, I almost forgot to film this part, but I'm just gonna take off the grid so you guys can see what effect it does, but here it goes, and as you can see, it's a lot more bright, so I'm gonna take off, turn down the power, and just to match the exposure on my skin zones. I think that's about it. So right now it's at 40% and previously I was at 70%. It actually took away way more light than I thought, but here's the grid, and as you can see, even though my skin tone is the same as before, it just makes the background a lot more dark with the grid and focuses the light on me, so it just reduces the spill, which is pretty cool. And focus on the subject, and I do have one sheet of diffusion on here. So you can see if we take that off, that's a lot more bright as well, and it's unlike a normal softbox for this kind of light, it will be shooting out, but this light is shooting in on a reflective material, so maybe if we turn it down, it's like still usable. So this is 25%. No, that's like way too harsh. See, the highlights are blown out and the shadows are really dark, so diffusion helps, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and the camera angle is a bit more tight because I didn't want the light in the shot, so this might be a new camera angle, or I might work something out with the light and positioning of everything. But I did like the wider angle of my YouTube videos. Right now I'm shooting at like maybe 35, I think, or 20, 35-ish. Before I was shooting at like 14, so you can see a lot more of my room. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this was just a quick first impressions kind of video. I don't think I'll be making a review on it unless you guys want it. I think there are plenty of those on YouTube, but if like after a long time of using it and there's like some discoveries I find out about it, I might make a video down the line, especially if something wrong goes with it. But first impression so far, I'm happy with my purchase and I'd recommend it. Yeah.